you know how I told you that I'm a drug dealer, I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer's daughter, I'm a cowgirl. I was a I am a butcher, tree planter, forestry worker, like and then I told you how many things happened that I didn't even realize happened. I can't even count. I can't even recall. Make a list of everything I've done to be this comfortable to even have as much time off as I have. So anyway, I'm a doctor and I'm a scientist too. So and with the drug dealing experience of being good when I was younger, getting giving these corrosive like stingy, tangy shit to people and expecting them to live so you don't get in trouble from like so you believe all the time when you're naive is that these big red jackets are gonna come get you as cowboys on horses and arrest you and beat you up and put you in prison. Well, they might. They might, but I don't know. I don't know what you would have done wrong. I can't even think of something that you could do wrong in this country if you already got like your basis of like how you like to be treated and how you treat yourself, and then just like amp it up and be like, hey, people have boundaries. Like, what if you were kneeling on my leg? It'd probably pinch me from your elbow going on it this way. You gotta think. Anyway, so I remember I was telling that story of the kenoid medicines, and how I was passing it over the deck. It was perfect, and they didn't get dropped and upset and like blah blah before they made it to the pharmacy to get finished. Well, somebody I think did actually die in the process of getting my insulin here because I am because it's like it's got banged before it was ready and like set in its place. It got banged. So trying to be like really grateful and really grateful. A little bit worried, concerned, sorry, everything else. But yeah, because I'm just so hot. It's like everything is just like hotter than it should be. And it's just that I forgot my meds at 2 and I just took them like 10 minutes ago and it's 6. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And that's what I have to think about. Like, a lot of people are just like, oh my God, jibber jabbering, blah, 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 like panicking, but they're trying to make sense, but they know they don't know everything. That's what I think about, like when my meds are messing with me, or when I finally get to the point that I think it's my meds. I'm like, well, if it is the meds, it's probably like in the handling of getting them to me. Somebody died and some went bang on the little things of insulin, shook it up before it was cooked, before it was fermented. I'm like the show How It's Made. Ripley's How It's Made. Like I'm quite a connoisseur, But actually, speaking of which, I just went and visited my friend Clara, and that was cool. I hung out with her for like what would you say, like 3.5 hours, 2.5 hours, and my mom just waited outside because it's a long drive to her place. My mom was like, "No, you need your moments with your friends," and yeah, my mom like camped out. She fell asleep in the back of the car. Not even joking. So I just asked Clara if I could have a coffee for my mom, so my mom was awake while we were driving. Yeah, that was cool. I was. I look really good for I was large, but like the skin tearing and like the stretch marks and the rub from being pregnant, even though I'm back here now. No, it didn't let me sleep very well. I've been a mess. I know. I was just watching Pac-Man, the old version one, on Tubi. It was pretty good for like 5 minutes. I don't have the vision for it. Like I don't have blind spots. I don't have anything. I have perfect vision, but my adrenaline and my endorphins play with my eyes differently than maybe yours do. I'm Sergeant. I have been Sergeant since the day I was born. But yeah, it's like sometimes I feel like if I cover my eye and then maybe like look, right, spookaboo. Yeah, I don't know. And then I switch eyes and it has the same effect. So I know both my eyes are the same at least. I try not to let anybody into my head. But just know it's a lot of like, when are we gonna hang out again? And then I wish so big instead of just like letting it be a dream. I'm a wisher, not a dreamer so much. But, and I'm logical with music too, but it is a dream. And I not very often do I wake up and like had a dream, but like this, I don't even know. I guess I dream about it. I'm a pretty big dreamer, but I wish too big. And I wish too often. And like I'm kind of clingy. So I guess I wish for people to be around enough that I can almost imagine like this time, this place. But I was just at Dodge with Colby to see Graham. Graham's like, bring your sister. Come on, she's cool. It's sweet. It's dope. He didn't even plead. He was just like, bring Amber if you want. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. He was wondering how my temperature felt a while back. And he didn't say what it was. I was like, okay, like, I get it. But I just clued into that, what you said. Yeah, somebody died in the handling of my meds. A bunch of people died, I presume. Who knows? Sometimes, like, they drop it on a ship because it's slippery. It's heavy. It's okay. Just yeah, in the on the ship that in which the ship I'm talking about. You can kind of, I forget how we did it now though. If I seen it, I probably didn't know what I was talking about. But I don't have that good a photographic memory. But I'm gonna crash again. I don't know why. I shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. I shouldn't. Just feeling so uncomfortable. I just like thought maybe, and it did help with like the. I don't know. Do you ever feel like we're? Do you ever feel like I should just quit? I don't know what I'd do if I quit the armed forces. That's the most. That's the thing I think about the most. That's the thing I do the most. The thing I have the most. The thing I understand the most. The thing I fit in with the most. But I'm pretty like I could have trekked through the woods even until tomorrow without my with the skipping 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock meds. I could have, but it just made me feel like I was dying. When I realized why I felt so shitty. Probably just a mixture of the insulin being banged up and not taking my pills. It's probably what shook me up at 10 when My dad's cousin passed away. Drug dealer. Well, as much as you know and as much as you have experience, still sometimes, though, shit just gets the best of you. And I was sad. Sad. He died. I remember one time my dad, after his cousin passed away, which they all knew, and I knew just as well, that he was just doing the drugs to let himself go a little bit easier, feel a bit better before he slips away in his sleep. And I remember Dad's like, "Are you a drug dealer?" And I was like, "No." I opened it, it's like a book of cassettes. I just wasn't meant to stay there. Going to Cambodia into the the drug lord office, picking up. There's like 7 million people that are currently on drugs for the rest of their lives that are a long lasting drug person. I That's the Navy. I'm in Cambodia. Think about it. I'm fucking picking up like box. It weigh like freaking 150 pounds. Things of pans of cans and jars and containers of like not weed, no everything else. Loading it into the ship. Oh my god! No wonder I think I'm supposed to be like really big biceps and stuff. Because the more you do, the more you build was like something that got stuck in my head. No. I'm gonna be happy now. Like I would have went to the gym today if it would have planned out better. I would have been like going on a naive stroll to go hurt my legs again. I haven't even got to resting because every time I rest for 2 days, I get like this like hay fever, horrible feeling, and then I just want to lay down and cry and die and mope and sob and not eat anything, make things awkward, and that's not the punk in me. That is what's causing me to be awkward about punking everybody. Because I don't want to be awake, and I'm awake, so I'm being awake, but I really should like. It'll just take time. I'll wind down to a good. I've done it before I had my daughter. Oh yeah, I was like, I look great. My acne is pretty low, and yeah, it happens. It's just work is hard. Cody, he found out that I feel normal things, and he did this whole sage stuff with me, and he remained my freaking friend, and he did get closer. He trusted me more, like he said more. I don't talk much, so Like, right? Like, you don't get that from me. So it felt really good that somebody would give me that, even though I don't give that. Don't talk. I like royed the situation. Is it Roy or Royd or what is it? Raj? Rouge? No, not Rouge. Something like that. I did have a dry earlobe right there. Like, this being in the blistering cold, even I understand I'm okay in the temperature. Yeah, say somebody dropped the insulin before it fermented. This happened one time when I first began working at Northern Health. It was fun because I told them what happened. I told them the story and who it was, and I was just like, Connor, and like everybody was like, oh my god, this is freaking shitty. And yeah, 10 fucking years ago. Not very far. It's not far at all. Exactly, Clara. We never get to hang out. Like, what have you done in the past 10 years, Amber? I worked on understanding medicine and quit a bunch of things that I used to do. Not because it's better for your health, even though like it is, I guess. Like horseback riding and stuff. I just give up. No, like I used to actually like what workaholic. Yeah, you should horseback ride a lot more. And it's dangerous enough. Like 3 horses get vet checked, rode and vet checked for me. I'm the jockey and the vet that checks, and then call a vet for the medicines. Do another check. There's a lot of like down days. Like what else did I used to do? School is only what is it, 5 6 hours of the day. I don't know what else I used to do. I'm losing touch. Um, 3 horses in a day, one day. That's not what I used to do. I was my own jockey too. I mean, a stable person. My horses were all put in a corral, a rodeo corral for like gymkhana size. And everyone's like, whoa, the crowds, and they're stacked up in like Olympic audiences. Wow. Whoa. That's really cool. Yeah, I couldn't imagine paying somebody like 5 girls like xylophone me. And one says, I fucking love you. My horses are so good together. They're right next to each other like this. They're not even fighting, not a single one. In fact, they had good stands too. That makes me really glad, but I get shy too or something. I don't know. I'm not hungry. There's nothing going on. I don't want the hunting. I just want to ruin it, I guess.